Hey guys, Angry Beast here, bringing you some hotel gameplay using the Stoner 63. I really like this map. It's one of those maps that reminds me a lot of High Rise. After all, it was modeled after it, but that's a good thing. I loved the map High Rise, except for all the base spawn killing, and it just played really well in my opinion. It had a very good linear structure. It encouraged rushing and camping because you had that underground path. I think the Black Ops remake of it though was a little bit poor. Just simply because there's only 3 routes across the map, really. There's no underground route like there was in Modern Warfare 2 that really added some dynamicity into the map. I'm not sure what the right word is there, but, you know, whatever. I think you guys understand what I mean. Now, in this game, I want to talk about light machine guns and what I want in Modern Warfare 2. So far, from all the trailers and stuff that's been released, we know 2 light machine guns that will be in Black Ops 2. I've seen the M249 SAW, the M60, I believe. It's hard to tell in that one trailer, and I know for sure I saw the PKP in one of the gameplay trailers. So those are 3 light machine guns that have me really excited because they're more modern light machine guns. They're not slower firing like the HK-21 or the RPK, which fire really, really slow, and they're fast firing light machine guns that put out a lot of lead in real life, and I'm hoping that that's what they translate to in real life, a really high damage, high fire rate weapon. But one of the things I think Modern Warfare 3 failed with was light machine guns overall. In Modern Warfare 3, the light machine guns were terrible off the bat. There were 3 to 4 hit kills. Only the M60 could get a 2-hit kill, and they all have terrible recoil. You run at 80% speed instead of the previous 85, was it? I think. So that in of itself makes you slow down crazy slow. I mean, you're running even slower than before, you're doing less damage than before, and you have a lot more recoil than before, which completely eliminated the light machine gun's niche, and that's why they weren't used too much in Modern Warfare 3. The one thing that Modern Warfare 3 did do well was the fact that all the light machine guns do have 100-round magazines, which is nice. I mean, a light machine gun with 30 rounds is pretty gimpy, like is what with the Stoner and all in this game. So that's one thing I think Modern Warfare 3 did right, was the ammo capacity on all the light machine guns. But still, the damage on them was piss poor. And while the patch did increase them and make some 3-hit kills at all ranges, that's pretty nice. I don't think it was enough to make them really a viable choice. Everyone's gonna just use their ACR, because the ACR still does more damage. I mean, it's a 3 or 4 hit kill, yes, but up close it does more damage than all light machine guns. And at a distance, it's got a high enough fire rate to be competitive with the light machine guns, and you're moving faster. You have lower recoil, so in my opinion, I think the light machine guns were a terrible fail. But in Black Ops 2, I think that they should have high rates of fire. That's very important for light machine guns' effectiveness. If it's firing slow like an M60, unless it does a 1 to 2 hit kill, it's really not going to be effective, because against weapons like a submachine gun or an assault rifle, it's just going to lose at middle range, because traditionally light machine guns have had high recoil and low rates of fire, pretty much. And that's contrary to what they are in real life. In real life, most machine guns fire at least 800 rounds per minute, and they have very low recoil because they're heavy weapons. Generally speaking, in real life, the heavier the weapon is, the lower the recoil it would have. That's because the recoil counteracts the gases that are blown out the chamber, and even with a high rate of fire, most machine guns are very controllable. The M249 SAW was designed around the fact that it can be shot with very low recoil and very high accuracy with a high rate of fire, and it's very heavy for that reason. I think most machine guns weigh around 12 to 15 pounds when they're loaded up completely, and that's really heavy. And so I hope that they have low recoil. Low movement speed is important for a light machine gun. That's the main downside to a light machine gun in most games, is the fact that you're moving slower. You're not able to move across the map like you could with a weapon like a shotgun or a submachine gun, and that's good. It needs to be balanced in that way, because if you can move it like 100% speed with a light machine gun, there's no reason to not use it. So they definitely should have their drawbacks, but they need to have their advantages where they have them. Modern Warfare 2 did a pretty good job. I mean, get the RPD and L86 LSW, which were extremely powerful, and they were probably 2 of the best weapons in the game. The AUG H-Bar was up there as well. But some of the lower damage ones with the glitch silencers, like the M240 and I believe what was the other one, the MG4, they both had glitch silencers, and they just had very low damage and high recoil. So I wouldn't say that they got it perfect in Modern Warfare 2, but I think the light machine guns should have about 1,000 to 1,200 rounds per minute fire rate, just to keep them competitive with other weapons. And they should also have a very, very high damage. A 2 to 3 hit kill should be pretty much mandatory. I don't mind if the light machine gun has drop-off damage over range like the M60 and Black Ops, as long as it's a high damage. I mean, all light machine guns should be able to kill in 2 hits up close and out to middle range, simply because that gives them an advantage. Unfortunately, though, that's not how the game developers see them. I think light machine guns should either have really high damage multipliers to the chest, so that if you're accurate with a light machine gun at middle range, you'll dominate with them, or they should have a really high damage overall. I mean, if you have it so they have low damage to the middle torso and the legs, then that's fine, because most of the time you're going to be head glitching with a light machine gun anyway, because that's the only way you can really get a kill as it is. So, you know, what happens, happens. And right there, I was really lucky to pick up my final kill streak, which is the attack dogs. I haven't really run in this kill streak a lot recently. It's a lot of fun. I wouldn't really recommend it because it keeps you out of the action for a long time. You don't usually get too many kills just because of how many people run Ghost. But it's occasionally get that game on Nuketown where we'll just go ham with the chopper gunner. That's always fun. I mean, the chopper gunner and all the user-controlled kill streaks really just have that sense of I'm kicking your ass feel. I don't know how else to word it, but that's just how I feel when I'm using it. It makes you feel God mode. That's really what it makes you feel like. And I really hope that that doesn't get taken away again in Modern Warfare, meaning Black Ops 2, like it was in Modern Warfare 3, because so many people run Blind Eye and Stingers, and it's ridiculous. You don't get your feeling of God mode that often. I got 11 kills without dying. I should get rewarded majorly. And if Black Ops 2 doesn't have stacking kill streaks and has kill streaks that are weak, like the Valkyrie rockets and such, which, while they are a lot of fun, I mean, they really are weak, then I don't think that'll have as much staying power. One of the reasons that Modern Warfare 2 was so much fun is because you could get those kill streaks. You could just tear people a new one with them all day long. But yes, if you didn't notice, I was using the Blackbird, the chopper gunner, and the attack dogs. They work really well together when you can get them, but unfortunately you can't get them all the time. As far as my kill streaks and perks and all that is set up in this game, it's not that complex. I'm using the concussions of frags, motion sensor, sleight of hand, I believe. Sleight of hand, probably Ghost or... No, I think I'm actually using Flak Jacket, Tactical Mask, and Sleight of Hand as my perks. Simply because those work really well, and I got my RPG secondary, which is just a lot of fun to just spray across the map. I think I get 2 or 3 kills with that in this game. I can't remember for sure, but it's a very situational weapon. The RPG is more of a fun type of weapon. Like, see right there, I was aiming right at him, and I missed simply because of the fact that, you know, it just goes crazy, and there isn't too much you can do about it. It's a lot of fun, but it's one of those weapons that's really well balanced in this game, and I like it because Flak Jacket completely counters it, and that's important. All explosives should be almost completely countered by Flak Jacket. I shouldn't be constantly being destroyed by this one guy who's just shooting his noob tubes or his rockets across the map because there's nothing I can do against it. I think that's one of the things that Modern Warfare 2 did wrong. I think Modern Warfare 3 took a little bit over the top, but the gameplay is winding down. Ends up being a 23-4, I believe, with the Stoner 63. I just want to talk a little bit about Black Ops 2 light machine guns, and I really hope that they have a high damage. But if they don't, you know, what happens, happens. They probably won't be used again. Angry Beast, and I'm saying, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.